Hey, good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majewski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your Talking Live forecast update here on your July 16th, 2025. Well, hope everybody's enjoying their afternoon. It is hot and steamy once again. We're kind of into the middle of July. It seems like we're on kind of rinse and repeat when it comes to the forecast, and we're going to continue to see that. We do have to talk a little bit about the tropics a little bit. We're going to talk about the heat as well as the humidity levels we're going to deal with here for the next few days. So let's go ahead and get you the latest what's going on out there right now as we're looking at live conditions at the Chattanooga Zoo. Looking pretty quiet out there. One thing I noticed with the clouds, they're fairly flat out there, so not really getting a good uplift with the cloud lift out there just yet. So we still will see a few thunderstorms out there for this afternoon, but nothing that'll be too widespread, I suspect, here for the rest of the afternoon. Looking over here toward Lake Chattooga, they did have some thunderstorms yesterday. Not looking too bad out there right now to be out on the lake, but not looking too bad here across North Georgia here for the moment. All right, let's go talk about the tropics. We got this area disturbed weather. It looks like the main circulation may be a little bit further north here than what's being represented here by the National Hurricane Center, but it's still a 40% chance for development. Right now, all the plots want to take this thing this way and then kind of turn it up toward the north. Some kind of bring it back toward the right. Others keep it up here toward our west. So we'll watch that closely because any of that moisture comes northward. If it does curve back this way, may enhance our rain threat, as we mentioned yesterday. So still a little bit of some unknowns on this, but for right now, not expecting this to be a big deal at all at this point. In fact, when you look at the latest satellite imagery here, you kind of see a little bit of that swirl here. Looks like it's over Florida, which of course it's not over water, so therefore it cannot generate into something. Now we do have some general thunderstorms out here. Maybe a new circulation center can form out this way in the middle of the Gulf, but right now this is that low pressure circulation we were tracking off the east coast of Florida that's kind of come across here. It's definitely keeping the temperatures down across southern Alabama and South Georgia because of the cloud cover. And we're seeing some of the residual clouds kind of moving up in North Georgia. Got some thunderstorms up there into portions of Tennessee here for this afternoon. So you can see some of those storms up this way. Again, quiet here for the moment. You see a couple of stray showers that fired up earlier. We may still see a few of those here for this afternoon. So just watch out for that as we go through the remainder of the afternoon. Again, looking at your temperatures out there, already topping out at 90 degrees there in the Chattanooga area. We'll be in the low 90s for today. Got kind of got weak high pressure here kind of settled in across the southeast. That'll kind of hamper a little bit of the development. So a little more isolated, I think, with the storms here for your Wednesday. Becoming a little more pronounced, a little more scattered as we go into this upcoming weekend. So let's go look at our regional high resolution model here. We've got this looping right now going throughout the Wednesday here and going into the afternoon. Not really seeing a whole lot of activity out there. So real kind of hot spots here. Then we'll go into the day, going into Thursday. We'll see again more scattered storms here going out throughout the afternoon. There you can see some here across the Chattanooga area for tomorrow afternoon showing up on the model run. But again, it'll just kind of be a hit and miss type of thing that we're going to have to watch closely throughout the afternoon with that daytime heating, and we'll see exactly where this is going to show. So right now, again, you see some of these storms here toward like tomorrow evening, for example, here across Chattanooga. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our forecast maps. Let's go look at that from the latest from our friends at the National Weather Service, and we'll kind of track this here, kind of watch again that highlight there at the top as we kind of go through this. And like I said, going throughout the day tomorrow, again, kind of a 30-40% chance I think we're going to see here for tomorrow. I'm not looking too bad. Going into this upcoming weekend, I think the rain chances will come up a little bit, kind of hover between 50 and 60% there. So on Sunday, we got a little more dark green there across portions of Tennessee, for example, there. And then going into Monday, not looking too bad. We just can't get any cold fronts come down here. So we're just kind of watching everything as they develop from day to day. Basically, you got an air mass thunderstorms. You're looking at old outflow boundaries from those said thunderstorms and where they interconnect and collide throughout the days ahead. That really dictates your forecast. That's why you can have such pronounced changes in rain forecasts from one day to the next simply by basically a basis on what has happened that previous day. So that's why it fluctuates a little bit, especially during the summertime. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast here for tomorrow. Again, going with about a 40% chance, very similar to the days, 30-40%, 94-75 there in the Chattanooga area here for tomorrow. Again, spotty thunderstorms in the forecast. Overnight lows here mostly in the 70s, a few upper 60s into the mountains, but generally kind of a warm and muggy night. Any isolated thunderstorms in the evening hours will die down. We'll see generally a partly cloudy to maybe mostly clear sky here for tomorrow morning. Daytime highs going to hold most everybody in the 90s. Those feel like temperatures, not quite heat advisory criteria, but still pretty healthy into the upper 90s to near 100 across a lot of areas. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms across East Tennessee and North Georgia expected here on your Thursday. Regionally looking like this: Nashville 97, Memphis 98, pretty hot up this way. Again, higher rain chances along the Gulf Coast thanks to that tropical influence down there as that moisture continues to trek toward Louisiana. Atlanta 93, 94 up into Charlotte. Next 7 days looking like this as rain chances expected to come up going into the weekend. About 60% here, so low 90s, mid 70s, no big deal there. And then the temperatures start to creep back up again into the mid 90s and mid 70s here going in toward next week. So generally looking at above normal temperatures staying with us here. Normal high right around 90 this time of year, so we're going to continue to see those above normal temperatures sticking with us. And looks like this is a scattered shower and thunderstorm threat throughout the afternoon, although nothing too widespread out there for the moment. So right now, I think it highly unlikely that we're going to get at least based off what we're currently seeing out there right now, unless we get a new circulation center to form over the Gulf with those clusters of thunderstorms. Looks like the circulation center is over land. I don't see us getting a tropical depression to form, but that moisture will continue to track along the Gulf Coast. And then if it does move inland, let's see where that ends up going. All right, appreciate you guys checking us out here on the Talking Live broadcast channel. Make sure you're following the page here. Make sure you get your weather information here and stay up on the latest here across East Tennessee and North Georgia. And if you ever have a weather-related question, you can always find me over on my Facebook page, over at the North Georgia Majestic Weather page right there. And you can always send me a message that way if you have anything going on or something you'd like to know about, okay? All right, that's y'all's update for now. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next update. Till then, y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.